How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Knox Manning in Hollywood, taking you on another brief journey behind the scenes. Once again, we draw the curtain to watch a fragment of forgotten drama, a story of people and places already hidden in the background of destiny. Today, we're going to meet a man whose life story conclusively proves the old adage that truth is stranger than fiction. But first, a word from a familiar voice. And now, step with me behind the scenes to a wide city street that curves gracefully down a gentle slope to meet the broad blue waters of the Pacific. It's early morning, so early that the city is just beginning to shake off its mantle of sleep and prepare for the day's activities. And on its central avenue, only three figures move: a man and two dogs. The man is of medium height, but a striking figure. He's somewhat reminiscent of Napoleon, both in stature and dress, for he wears a costume of navy blue, profusely adorned with brass buttons, and his shoulders are topped with massive gilt epaulets. Clearly, this is a man of some importance, out for his morning constitutional, an admiral, perhaps, or a minister of state. As he walks, he studies with great deliberation a piece of paper which he holds in his hand. Slowly, a smile works its way into the seams and crags of his rugged face. The smile spreads, becomes a grin, a chuckle, until at last he roars with laughter. A man of his obvious dignity and position laughing uproariously on a city street at 6 o'clock in the morning. Surely this bears investigation. Perhaps we can steal a glance over his shoulder at the telegram which appears to be the cause of this immodest display. I wish to express my deepest gratitude for your offer of support in the present emergency. Also, I have a story to tell which I'm sure you'll appreciate, but at present I'm too busy settling accounts with a seedy character named Davis, signed Abraham Lincoln. Surely this is a figure of great importance to be so intimate with the President of the United States. Yes, this man, this intimate of Lincoln, is Emperor of the fair land that he looks upon. It's his picture that adorns the currency in his pocket, his name upon the proclamations in the town square. But now the Emperor and his two ambling attendants have reached the square. He reaches into his coat pocket for a piece of paper, which he tacks to a bulletin board provided for such things. Let us glance at the momentous words he's posted. Proclamation: it is hereby commanded that bridges be built, one to link San Francisco with Oakland and one to span the Golden Gate, for the purpose of providing commerce and communication with our neighbors to the north. Signed, Norton the First, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. And now, before the conclusion to our story, a word from your announcer. Norton I, Emperor of the United States, was one of the best-known and most beloved characters to grace the early days of the fabulous city of San Francisco. At one time a highly successful speculator, his mind became clouded at the loss of his fortune, and he sincerely believed that he'd been proclaimed emperor by legislative decree. And ridiculous though they were, his claims so appealed to the citizens of his warm-hearted capital that they were moved to provide a small degree of the regal splendor which he claimed as his birthright. They paid the modest taxes which he occasionally levied, and in all ways treated him with the respect due such an exalted personage. Only once was he arrested by an overeager young deputy and dragged before a lunacy commission, but he was immediately discharged with a state apology and a verdict which read, Emperor Norton has shed no blood, robbed no one, and despoiled no country, which is more than can be said for others in his line of business. This is Knox Manning, inviting you to join me again tomorrow at this time for another journey into that dim half-light where chance and destiny lift men out from behind the scenes. This is a Hamilton Whitney radio production transcribed in Hollywood.